You fire up your bike, the engine rumbles to life, and you're ready to hit the road. But what you do in the next 60 seconds can either help your motorcycle last for years, or quietly start tearing it apart from the inside. Most riders don't think twice about cold starts. It's routine, right? But cold starts are one of the most sensitive moments for your bike's engine, and too many riders unknowingly make small mistakes that, over time, can lead to serious wear, expensive repairs, or even complete engine failure. In this video, we're going to break down 5 of the most common cold start mistakes that wreck your bike over time. These are habits most people don't even realize are harmful. And make sure to stick around for the bonus mistake at the end. It's something even experienced riders get wrong all the time. Let's dive in. Mistake number 1. Revving the engine immediately after starting. This is probably the most common mistake, and it happens a lot, especially among new riders. The bike starts up, and the instinct is to give the throttle a few good twists, just to hear it roar. But what you're actually doing is punishing the engine. When the engine is cold, the oil is thick and sluggish. It hasn't had time to circulate and protect all the internal parts like the crankshaft, pistons, camshaft, and bearings. These components rely on a thin film of oil to prevent metal-on-metal contact. Revving the engine hard before the oil has fully reached those areas creates unnecessary stress and friction. You're essentially running high RPMs with dry or poorly lubricated parts. And while you may not notice the damage right away, over time, this habit wears down your engine. If you want your bike to last, skip the cold revving. Let the engine idle for a minute or two and give the oil time to do its job before you roll on the throttle. Mistake number 2. Riding off immediately without any warm-up. On the other end of the spectrum, some riders hit the start button and take off immediately. And yeah, modern fuel-injected motorcycles are built to handle quick starts better than older carbureted bikes. But even with newer models, riding off immediately puts unnecessary strain on a cold engine. When the engine and oil are cold, tolerances are tighter. Parts haven't fully expanded. Your clutch and transmission are also not performing at their smoothest. Combine that with a cold chain and tires that haven't had time to warm up, and you're asking your bike to operate at full performance without being physically ready. It's like trying to run a sprint the second you get out of bed. Sure, you can do it, but it's not good for your muscles. Same goes for your motorcycle. Instead, let the engine idle for 30 seconds to a minute. Then ease into your ride. No aggressive acceleration or hard shifting for the first few minutes. Let everything come up to temperature gradually. Your bike will thank you with smoother performance and fewer mechanical issues down the road. Mistake number 3 is repeated cranking without troubleshooting. We've all had that moment where the bike doesn't start on the first try. But you know, hitting the starter over and over without stopping to think is a fast track to killing your battery, or worse, damaging your starter motor. Your bike's starter system isn't designed to run for extended periods. If your bike doesn't fire up after a few seconds, it's better to stop, take a breath, and troubleshoot. Check if the kill switch is on, if you're in neutral, if the clutch lever is pulled in, or if the side stand is down. Make sure there's fuel in the tank and the battery has enough juice. Also, remember that cold weather makes batteries weaker. If you're storing your bike in a garage or haven't ridden in a while, make sure your battery is fully charged. A trickle charger can save you a lot of headaches. Being patient and methodical saves your electrical system and ensures your bike will be ready to start again the next time you need it. Mistake number 4 is riding hard before the engine and tires are warm. So, you gave the bike a minute to warm up and now you're on the road. But here's where another big mistake happens: riding too hard, too soon. When your engine is cold, the oil still hasn't reached peak viscosity. Your tires are also not yet up to operating temperature, which means you don't have full grip on the road. Cold rubber is harder and less sticky, especially in cooler climates. Aggressive throttle, hard braking, and sharp cornering in the first 5 to 10 minutes of a ride dramatically increases your chances of slipping, skidding, or prematurely wearing your engine and transmission. The best practice is to ride gently for the first few miles. Use smooth inputs, gradual throttle, and light braking. Not only does this reduce mechanical wear, it gives your tires time to warm up and offer full traction. Remember, motorcycles aren't like cars. They're more sensitive to temperature changes. Give your machine time to get into its zone before you push it. Mistake number 5. Idling your bike too long in place. Letting your bike sit and idle for 10 to 15 minutes seems like a safe way to warm it up without doing any damage, right? Actually, it's not. While it's important to let your bike idle briefly when starting cold, letting it sit idling for too long without any riding can actually be harmful. Why? Because modern engines are designed to warm up under load. Riding generates more consistent engine heat and brings all the moving parts, engine, transmission, clutch, and tires, up to operating temperature together. Long idles without movement can cause hot spots in the engine, promote fuel washdown on cylinder walls, and even lead to spark plug fouling. Not to mention you're just burning gas without making real progress. So don't treat your motorcycle like a space heater. After 30 to 60 seconds of idle, roll off gently and start riding. That's the best way to warm your entire bike the right way. Cold starts are one of the most overlooked yet critical parts of motorcycle care. They happen before every ride, and how you handle them makes a big difference over time. Now that you know these cold start mistakes, you're already way ahead of the average rider. Avoiding these habits can help your bike run smoother, last longer, and save you from expensive repairs down the road. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more real-world motorcycle tips just like this. And drop your own cold start routine in the comments below. You never know, your tip might save another rider's engine. Ride smart, ride smooth, and take care of your machine every step of the way.